like a brother, treat you like a friend, respect you like a lover.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with another video and I missed you guys so much. I am super excited to do anything to film anything, because honestly I really just wanted to record something, but I don't have like anything in mind. I'm fresh out the shower, did like a little bit of skincare, you know, like skincare prep for makeup, and I have coffee, and I'm like ready to record. Alright guys, so for my eyebrows, you guys already know what I use for eyebrows. It is the NYX micro brow pencil in the shade black. It doesn't say black, it says noir, which is I think like French or some shit for the color black. I'm not sure what language that is, but I know it means color black. So I'm gonna spoolie through my brows because, you know, spoolies are life. I'm gonna brush them through, like brush them up real quickly. I brush them a little bit up and also like down, like so. What I was trying to say is that I spoolie through my brows and also kind of like start to place my brows hairs in my brow shape, so I know where I need to fill in and I know where the shape of my brows are going, and then do the same thing on the other side. So now that I've spoolied through my brows and stuff, I always line under my brows first, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Dramatic difference already just from doing like this little part. I could really just leave my brow like that. I'm gonna fill it a little bit on the tail end also. And then don't forget to spoolie through. I did my line under my brows. I'm gonna work on my tail, just on my tail, just right here in this area, and darken it up. So I stopped about right here and all of this is filled in. So from here on to the front of my brow, there is no product in my brow at all. And that's kind of how, well, you know what though, I'm gonna go a little bit more right there on the bottom, just like really light hair strokes. Alright, but that's my brow. That is the brow, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow right quick. Oh shit, this don't need to be any thicker. Okay, so here's the tea. One brow is way thicker than the other one, clearly. So because of that, scratch the natural eyebrow. We're gonna go full makeup mode on the brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm trying to make them like the same. That took up way too much. That was like 20 minutes in already just for eyebrows. Alright, now I'm gonna carve out my eyebrows as quickly and effectively as possible for me, and I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 20, which is called Sand. Oh shoot, I need a brush too. Oh. And for a brush to carve out the eyebrows. Okay, I'm going to use the Morphe M124 brush. It's like a flat it's a round flat brush, and I'm gonna spot clean it with my Clinique brush cleaner to spot clean in between brushes, because my brushes are dirty. They all have some type of eyeshadow, some type of makeup on them, so spot cleaning is like, I do that religiously. I definitely like to spot clean my brushes for sure. So I'm gonna take this concealer and I'm just gonna dot it under my brow, and that's where I'm gonna start first. So like maybe like 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna take my brush and I'm going to carve out the brow. And blend in the concealer and do all of that. And then after I have done that, right, now I'm gonna go ahead and blend that concealer down onto my eyelid, because today I'm just going to use the concealer as eyeshadow primer. And, you know, I like either. You know, I like eyeshadow primers and I like using concealer. Like, it's whatever. And it's also whatever you guys feel like using. I'm just letting you guys know, if you were to use, I think I've said this a lot, but I feel like a broken record at this point, but if you were to use actual eyeshadow primer, I wouldn't bring the concealer all the way down to my eyelids like you see me doing. I would literally just use it to carve out the bottom of my brow and blend it out and stop there, and then apply eyeshadow primer. And I think I've also shown you guys me using eyeshadow primer on my lids. See, I'm not sure in what video. I really should know. If I'm going to reference a video, I should really be able to tell you guys which video, just in case anyone watching wants to look at that, you know what I mean, is curious about that or something like that. I'm sorry about all the how helpful I am, because I'm not helpful right now. And this ain't nothing new. I've talked and said this a billion times, so I'm sure you guys understand by now and get it. Alright, I think I blended out my concealer pretty good. I'm gonna take the Morphe sponge. It's dry, it's not damp. I have really smooth out the concealer and blend it. I use the beauty blenders and beauty sponges and shit like that dry, because they work dry too sometimes, especially for something like the eye. You know, you don't really need to get up and go and dampen. I know getting up and having to go to the sink and damping your sponges is like the most annoying thing ever, at least to me. Like when it gets to foundation, I'm like, ugh, I gotta get up, rather not have to get up during a process. You know what I mean? Okay, if you don't know what I mean, then just ignore that. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the other eye. and just do the same thing. But how have you guys been? Like, honestly, I really hope that everything is okay. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be great, but I just don't want anyone out there like having a bad day. And if you are having a bad day, guess what? We all have bad days. Literally, we all go through that shit. So whatever it is, we all have our own versions that happen to us of bad days, you know. So don't feel like the world is singling you out. It's not. It's just how life is so unpredictable. Bad days are bound to happen, and you just gotta take it with a positive attitude. Look at it as the glass of water half full and be optimistic, rather than thinking of it as the glass half empty and just being like a negative and a Debbie Downer. You know what I mean? And just like learn. Just take that experience, take that bad day and learn from it. Learn the lesson, if there is even a lesson to learn from it. And if not letting life get you down, even if it is just raining and pouring for you, just don't let it get you down, you know. And just think of all the things you have to be thankful for, because seriously, just think of all the things that you have accomplished in life, that you're going to accomplish. Think about all the goals you have set for yourself, and don't let a bad day get you down like that. Just really don't. My eyebrows for some reason hate each other today, and I don't know what happened, but it's okay. My poor eyebrows. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and set the concealer. I'm not sure what eye look I want to go for today. I'm not even sure what type of palette I'm trying to use today. Like, I don't know. In this video, I don't know. I'm gonna name this video I don't know, because seriously I don't. So let me just take a look and see what I feel like working with today. I got some options. Now I have to narrow it down, because I like to work out of like one palette. Most of the time I try to work out of just one eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to show you guys right now what I'm picking from. So this one is the e.l.f. chromatic eyeshadow palette. That's one option. The other one is the Makeup Revolution palette. That's one option. This is the Morphe NC palette. And then I have the little mini eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona. So these are the palettes that I'm trying to debate and which ones to work with. This Natasha Denona palette could be, this is a mini palette, and I don't feel like there's enough matte shadows in here to make an eye look. I think this is something, at least the mini palettes, not like the regular Natasha Denona palettes, but these mini ones are more like to use in conjunction with another palette. So I'm not really trying to use more than one palette or dip into any other palette. So this is, I'm not using this today. No. This here, this Morphe palette, I feel like I have used a lot already. And you know, there's only so many looks that you could do with these matte shades in here. I've used all the matte shades in this palette. I really like the palette for sure. It's a great quality. It's very inexpensive, but I've used it pretty recently, so I'm not gonna use this one. I haven't used this e.l.f. palette. This e.l.f. palette I probably only used once. But it's very plain and very simple. So Like the colors are very basic. Basically, there's a very neutral palette with like a pop of purple shimmer. Nah. Alright, so that just leaves me with this palette. I really like this palette. This palette is like really aesthetically pleasing to me. I really like all the matte shades in here, all the shimmers in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this palette. I don't know if it's because it has more of a variety of colors, because it has more shades in it, obviously. But I don't know. I want to use this. So we're gonna go ahead and use this palette. I really like this palette here. I think it's really good. It's like worth your $15 for it. Alright, let me set the concealer already. Right? Let's stop chit-chatting and let's get to the good old makeup fun. So I'm gonna go in with my BH number 6. I have the hiccups. And I'm gonna set my concealer. Okay, I'm switching brushes. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the number 5. It's a little bit bigger. And I'm just setting the concealer. I packed the eyeshadows onto the lid first, or everywhere, and then I go ahead and like kind of blend it a little bit so it's even. And then we'll do the same thing on the other eye. Now go ahead and blend it all out. Well, you know what? It's February and Valentine is like really right around the corner. So maybe I'll do something like pinky for Valentine's. This video went from IDK to a whole possible Valentine's look. This video is coming from nothing to something. This is how I do it. Every day before I actually start to record, not every day, but every time that I sit down to do like a video, right before I record, this is the process I go through. This whole process is how I actually build up to a eye look. And because Valentine's is around the corner, I think this would be a perfect time to do something like that. Okay, so now I'm excited. Now I need to see my pinks. So having said that, first of all, let me show you guys the eyeshadows I used to set my eyes. In the palette I used the white and this like light tannish color. I used those two and mixed them, and that's what I used to set my concealer. It's like a light color. You're not gonna see anything on my eyelids. It's just to set concealer. Now with my BH number 6 brush, I think I'm gonna dabble into this little like dusty rose color. I'm gonna pick that up first. Let's do that one first and do that in the crease. Go ahead and pick it up and apply this eyeshadow with the BH number 6 brush, and I'm bringing this from the crease all the way up to my brow bone. Literally all the way up there. But actually, I'm gonna build it up a little bit. Okay, guys. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Do you guys have boyfriends? Who has boyfriends? Who's in a relationship? I'm in a relationship. I have a boyfriend. Not sure what he's doing for Valentine's Day though. Like with me, I don't know like what the gifts, if he's getting me gifts, is he taking me out? But I've been telling him. Am I the only one? Let me know if I'm the only one. But I've been telling this dude, right, my boyfriend, what I would want for Valentine's Day, and I have given him a lot of options. I'm told him he can give me a gift card from like Ulta or Sephora. He can do like flowers and chocolate if he wants. That's fine too. He could take me out to eat if that's what he wants. I don't mind going out, you know. There's like a lot of things he could really do for Valentine's Day, and I've told him, and he would just say, okay babe, okay babe, okay babe. Like he'll just be like, okay babe, on all the stuff that I've said. So is he gonna get me or do one of the things that I suggested, or is he going to do his own thing? That's what I'm curious about. I'm just curious, like, is he gonna go out and do the things that I suggested that to do for Valentine's Day, or is he going to do something that, you know, he thought about? You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see. Not to put pressure. I'm not trying to put pressure on the guy or nothing. I just want to talk about Valentine's Day, you know? I didn't mean to sound like I'm not gonna let him watch this video. That's all I gotta say. He's not watching this video, y'all. Even though he subscribed to my channel. Oh, he's so sweet. You know, guys are not, he's not gonna sit there and watch my videos because he's a guy, you know. But he subscribed to my channel. He's the best. Okay, anyway, let me stop talking about my boyfriend here. If you guys are out there and you're single, girl, every holiday was basically a holiday for me to get drunk and turned up at. So enjoy that shit, because I did. I had a good ass time. You know, being single is not that bad. Like, it's not like, well, you know, it does have its like his pros and cons. You know, I was single for a long time. Of course, you know, I've had like little, like very little and not serious things, but for the most part I've been pretty fucking single for the longest that I could remember. So yeah, I've been single for a while, guys. So I know about that single life shit, believe me. When I was single, I would have moments where I was like all sad and in my feelings because I don't have like a boyfriend, I don't have, and I was just like, you know, you have your moments when you're single like that. You have moments where you're making the decision to do things or not to do things, and you don't have to worry about how other people feel about it because you're single. You know what I mean? You shouldn't give a fuck about what other people think of you, how other people feel about you. You know what I mean? And you were just doing your own thing. You was out there, you out here doing your own fucking thing, being your own person. You know what I mean? And I feel that 100%. Being single for so long, I learned like a lot about myself. There's that too. You learn a lot about yourself that you probably won't be able to learn when you're in a relationship, because when you enter a relationship, damn, am I about to give a relationship advice? Am I really sitting here giving relationship advice? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, I'm gonna say what I was gonna say, but don't, if what I say you don't agree with, then just disregard it, okay? Because I'm even shocked myself that I'm sitting here trying to give advice, like, for real. So what I was gonna say, when you're in a relationship, this might be a little too deep, but like, just listen, okay? So when you're in a relationship, it's not about you anymore, it's about the other person you're with also, like, you know. And when you're single, you're single, you're thinking about yourself, you're worrying about you, you're making sure that you're okay, you know what I mean? You don't have to, that's not anything, you know. So when you're single, that's where you learn about yourself a lot. You know your tendencies, you know what you like and don't like, you know all that shit you learn when you're single. And if you don't learn to love yourself and learn to appreciate the person that you are, how can you be in a relationship and appreciate the person you're with if you don't know how to appreciate yourself? You know what I mean? So that's it. That's all I'm saying. That's it. If you're out here single and you're desperate for a relationship, stop being desperate. Stop being desperate. Like, stop being desperate. Just enjoy being single. Just enjoy that shit. Really enjoy that shit. But yeah. But if you've been single for a long time, and maybe you're a little older, and you know that you're ready for a relationship, and you know that that's something that you want, then go ahead, do what you gotta do, and find your man, girl. Find your man. Shit. You can't be single forever. If you want a marriage, if you want kids, you can't be single forever. And you have to learn to move past that single life shit and really get down and serious when you get into a relationship. If you are serious about a relationship and you want to be loyal and faithful to somebody in this world that you truly care about and love unconditionally, then you're ready for a relationship. And if there's nobody in your life, like in person, that is meeting your expectations, because okay, I know guys out here, there's something else. Okay, that's all I gotta say. They are something else. There's something else, and I know. Okay. So you know, I don't think like online relationship or meeting someone online is a terrible idea either, because sometimes the people or the guys in your everyday life are not it, and you know they're not it. So why would you keep wasting your time on these guys that you've met at work or being out with your friends or at the store or wherever, and they're not shit? I don't look like negatively upon people that talk to guys online. Not like long distance. I don't suggest long distance at all. I really do suggest the best way is to find someone that lives near you. That long distance shit, just stop it. Just stop it. Don't do long distance. That's retarded. To me, in my opinion. Okay? That's super retarded. And I have had my long distance relationships before. I've actually had maybe like 2 or 3, and one of them, believe it or not, lasted for a long time, like 2 years. I basically was texting this person, calling this person, doing all of that for 2 years, because this guy lived like in some other state. Like he was far, to the point where I couldn't even drive to see him. It would take like a whole road trip to go see this person. And this person I talked and was in a long distance relationship with for 2 years, you guys. And guess what? I'm not gonna say it, because if my boyfriend watches this, you know what I mean. But for 2 years, and I never met the guy. Never. I never met the guy. And what's the point? What's the point of emotionally attaching yourself to someone that you can't even like see? You're dating is basically like you're dating an invisible person, right? You're basically just dating an invisible person. And that's retarded. That's retarded. Why? You know? But you know, in those times when I was getting myself into them long distance relationships, I was young, and I was just looking for someone to give me the feeling, like all the feelings you get in a relationship with anybody, even if they were far away. And that's all that long distance relationship really is. Just talking to somebody basically all day, every day, who flirts with you, who says nice things to you, you know what I mean? And you really like this person. You guys send each other pictures back and forth. You guys know what you guys look like. You guys know what you guys sound like on the phone. And you really get to know this person. And I understand, but it's just, I think long distance is just when young people are like looking for the benefits of a relationship, you know what I mean, without like actually being in a relationship, because you're like I said, you're with someone that's basically invisible, because you're not seeing them every day. You're not with them at all. You know, you don't hang out with this person, you don't do nothing. Now, there has been a couple of successes in long distance relationships, but that's probably people who can afford to travel. And if you can't afford to be back and forth, you can't afford a long distance relationship. You just can't. And that's just my opinion on that. So like, I'm aware that there's been relationships that have been successful being long distance, but that's not like a high number, you know what I mean? It's not, it's hard to maintain, I guess you could say. So yeah, but in my opinion, as I got older and stuff, the long distance was just retarded to me. And I can't believe when I talk about my past long distance relationships, I'm just like, I'm so dumb. You know what I mean? So yeah, you guys, yeah, I don't know if any of that was relationship advice, but I was just telling you basically my perspective on all that, because it's Valentine's Day, and why not, you know? All I'm saying is, if you're single, enjoy it until you feel like you're ready to not be single, and don't rush it. I wasn't in a rush. I mean, I kind of was. Some of my friends know I was getting really impatient and just really down about just like not being able to find somebody. Like I really was. Like, I was really just like having a hard time, because I had been single for such a long time. I was over it. I was fucking over it, and I was just ready to have someone in my life to share my life with, you know what I mean? Like, to share your personality with, to share your body with, to share all your life experiences with. Like, I wanted someone there, basically. I just really did. Let me recap. Okay, so I took this white shade and this light beige shade, mixed those together and set my concealer with that, right? Then I picked up this dusty pinky shade and worked it in my crease up to my brow bone on both eyes. And then I finally went in and picked up this more pinky shade, and that's the shade I'm working with right now. And I'm focusing that on the crease, or in my crease, and slightly blending it upwards, but not too much, so that way I have like that blended transition, you know, between shades. So this is what I'm working with right now on this eye. And that's all I've done. I know I've been talking my ass off about relationships and shit, but that's all. That's as far as I've gotten, and I'm just blending everything out. So, but anybody out there that's watching this video and is in a relationship, I hope that it's a very loving, caring, and like trusting relationship. Just, I really hope you're having that relationship. Also, my biggest relationship advice, if like real ass simple, straight to the point type of relationship advice, the biggest importance when it comes to relationship is being able to communicate your feelings to the other person. Definitely need to communicate a lot, because there could be like a lot of misunderstandings, like too many misunderstandings, you know what I mean? And so and then, you know, the little fights and stuff that happens in the relationships. So you got to be able to talk the shit out. If you can't talk to this person and resolve the issue and get on the same page about something, it's gonna be just like a lot of like just too much. Just learn how to communicate with each other is like the main one. I would say that's the main thing. And if you're a stubborn person, try your hardest not to be so stubborn. I'm stubborn as hell. Like, it's not even funny. And I get it from my dad. My dad is stubborn as hell too. So that's where I get it from. And I know that I'm stubborn, and I know where I get it from, and that's what I'm learning being in this relationship with my boyfriend. That I'm stubborn, and then I need to better communicate. And I think that's like a lot of the problems. Like, not stubborn, girl, I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I'm stubborn and I'm prideful. So if I'm wrong, like, I'll literally get stubborn about being wrong because of my pride. And it doesn't help, because you need to put your pride aside, you know, like you really do, because you're wrong, girl. You're wrong. Say you're sorry to this man, okay? Because dude, it's so hard for me. It really is, because all these years being single and not having to worry about like other people, about hurting other people's feelings or having to apologize to anyone. And now being in a relationship, boy, I didn't realize. But don't get me wrong, like, I'm happy and I'm in love and it's good. Like rewind back to being single, like, no. Alright, I'm still using that same shade. And I'm just building it up real nicely. Okay, but I've talked enough. I've talked enough about relationships and shit. I'm not no relationship guru. Okay, so after I put that pink shade, I'm gonna move into like a brown red brick shade. It's this one here. And I'm gonna go ahead and work it in the crease also. There's a lot of crease shades that I'm using. I'm telling you guys, I have so much from the crease to my brow bone. I have so much space to work with for all the transition shades in the world. But the eyelids, I don't have any eyelid space. So like all my eye looks, okay, are just all about these transitions and blending and all of that. So I'm taking that red shade that I just showed you guys and I'm putting it in the crease. And I'm going to build it up only in the crease though. So blend it in your crease, pack it in your crease, but don't try and bring it any higher than your crease. Now for a brown, I'm gonna use this one's cool toned, this one's a little bit more warm, so I'm gonna pick up this warm brown shade on the same brush and I'm gonna darken up my crease with this. And we'll be almost done. And then I'm going to take another brush. I'm going to take my Morphe E17. It's like smaller. Because I just want to blend in that crease. I don't want to do anything crazy with that brown. And then I'm going to go back in with my number 6 brush from BH and just blend out my edges real quickly. And then I go back in with my Morphe E17, pick up that shade and just like pack it in the crease once again. All the way from your outer to the inner corner. And really like I'm really building up that brown. And then I'm gonna take that, go back in with my number 6 brush from BH. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm gonna do something that I'm surprised that I'm going to do it. I've never done this before, but this went from a sexy, sweet Valentine's eyeshadow to like a smoky situation, because I'm going to use this black eyeshadow that's in this palette and I'm gonna put it all over my lid. Hopefully it comes out good. Hopefully I didn't make the wrong choice. I'm gonna use this little like Amazon brush that I got years ago when I first started getting into makeup, and I'm gonna use this to pack that black right. I don't know, I don't even know where to put it, so hold on. So I'm gonna pick it up right. Ooh baby, this could either make or break the look. I'm so scared. And I'm gonna just put it all over my lid. Yep, all over the lid, baby. All over the lid. And then I'm gonna go back in with that BH number 6 brush in that brown. Actually, no. The Morphe E17. Pick it up with the brown that we just finished using. And re-intensify these areas. Also gonna put a little bit more black. Oh yeah, she dark. She is a dark woman of the night. This is a woman of the night Valentine's look. Go ahead and take my Morphe E17. I'm gonna dip into this shade here next to the black, right? And really, like really build it up in that crease, and only in your crease. And go in with that black shade. On the lid, and you guys, the eye look is done. It's done. Now what I'm going to do is take a baby wipe and clean up the edges, and let's see how this look turned out. Okay, I'm done cleaning it up. Now I'm gonna put on some lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my face. I'll put pictures in this video of the final look. And you guys, happy Valentine's Day, or happy early Valentine's Day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and follow me on Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.